thingssimplified.com.
Welcome to WordPress Simplified, the easiest online course to learn WordPress, and it's entirely free. It's presented by thingssimplified.com. Now, this course is designed for the absolute beginner, so no prior knowledge in WordPress or web hosting or anything is required. You can simply just watch this full course now on YouTube and understand all the basics of WordPress. And it's designed to be as easy as possible. In this course, we'll be starting from the absolute basics, from things as simple as getting your domain, getting your web hosting, installing WordPress. Then we'll move into adding posts, adding pages, themes and styles, moving to advanced stuff like adding menus, adding media, and controlling your widgets. And at the end, we'll have a full sample, so we'll be building a real website from the ground up. So you'll see step by step how this website is being built. If you find this course helpful, please help us by sharing and liking the video. And now let's start. Let's take a fast look at WordPress first. WordPress was introduced in 2003. It's by far the most popular in the world. 23% of the internet uses WordPress, which will translate into roughly 60 million websites around the world. It's the most popular in the world. WordPress is unique in many ways. First, it offers a plugin architecture and a template system. These two features allows WordPress to turn your website into anything. So if you build your website with WordPress, you can basically turn your website into any type of site like squeeze page, magazine, blog, directory, store, affiliate site, business site, app, social network, digital downloads. So WordPress is extremely unique in that it's very versatile. Basically, it allows you to build any type of site you want using WordPress. And the most important thing is that it's free. Well, it's almost free. What do I mean by almost free? In order to use WordPress, you need web hosting. Web hosting starts from $2.99 a month. You have a lot of different plans from a lot of different companies. And for prices that starts at like $3 a month, you get unlimited websites. Yes, any web hosting company you choose, you do get unlimited websites, which makes WordPress almost free. So you have WordPress that allows you to build any kind of site almost free with one platform, which is way better than your current website builder. Most other website builders, they charge you per site or a group of sites, and they offer limited functionality and limited integrations. So let's start with WordPress. In order to use WordPress, it's very important to understand what is web hosting. Okay, to understand web hosting, think first of your other website builders. Like Weebly, for example. You would go to their website and you would register your domain and start your site immediately. This is a very easy way to build your website. However, it's the most expensive way because you're paying per site or at least per group of sites. And you're stuck with their limited themes and functionalities. So your website cannot be expanded. Now, forget about this model and let's just go to WordPress. Think of WordPress as a piece of software that you have to install on your PC. So you run WordPress on your PC and your PC will just send your website to the world. So whoever wants to access your site will actually have to connect to your PC. However, there is one big question. Is this reliable? Because don't forget, you have a PC that might run out of power. You might have a slow internet connection that just slows your entire website down. The uptime, your PC might run into some problems that will prevent it from sending your website to the world, which doesn't make this the best way to share your site with the world. However, a lot of companies offer servers. They have reliable computers with a very fast connection to the internet and a lot of redundancy, and they maintain their computers very well. So what happens is that you rent a small space in one of their servers, in one of their very reliable, very fast machines, and you install your WordPress site on it. So you run your website from their machine. And this is simply what a web server is basically, instead of running WordPress on your own machine, you would rent a small space on a server with a very reliable company so that you ensure that your site is always up and running and fast. So in order to start your WordPress website, you need to buy a hosting plan from one of the hosting companies. And this is where we'll start. There are two crucial steps to build your WordPress site. First, you have to get a domain name, then you have to get a hosting plan. My recommendation is to use two different companies for this. Through one company like GoDaddy or domain.com, you would buy the domain itself, but you wouldn't buy the hosting from the same company. You would buy the hosting from a different hosting provider like Bluehost or HostGator. This is very important. So even if a Bluehost or HostGator or any other hosting service offered you that you buy your domain through them, no, buy your domain from company A and your hosting from company B. So for the sake of this training, we're going to create a website called 99espresso.com. So first we will go to GoDaddy. I'm using GoDaddy to buy my domains currently. So first we're going to create an account with GoDaddy and come to the search bar here. And I'm going to type my search term. In this case, it's 99espresso.com. And I'm just going to search for my domain to see if it's available. So now GoDaddy tells me, yes, your domain is available. Buy it before someone else does. This is 99espresso.com. And here you can select this domain to buy it. So select. And I'm going to continue to cart. Okay, when you're on GoDaddy, at least, just ignore all this, go down here and just click continue to cart. And this is the cart in GoDaddy. Just make sure to check 1 year. If you want to take 1 year, you can check up to 10 years of the domain. We're going to just take this for 1 year now. So this is 1 year. It's $12.99. Now remember, on the previous page, we were told that the domain is for $2.99. That's for the first year if you buy more than 1 year. However, I'm buying 1 year only, so it's total of $13.17. So I'm just gonna go to proceed to checkout. So you just fill your information, buy the domain, and you have your domain. Now, after buying your domain, the next step would be to get your hosting service. So we're gonna move now to the hosting service. The next step is to buy your hosting account. And remember, the hosting is basically you buying a space in a fast computer somewhere, like a very powerful server that is connected to the internet all the time. So a lot of companies offer hosting. It's unbelievable how many companies you can choose from. However, the most popular are Bluehost and HostGator. My personal preference is Bluehost. Now, I've tried both. Both are great. There's nothing wrong with HostGator. With HostGator, you can pay monthly. So you can pay month by month, and I'm not sure if that suits you, but that's an option here. With Bluehost, you only pay yearly. It's the same price. It's even a bit cheaper sometimes, but you have to pay 12 months in advance. Now, why do I strongly recommend Bluehost? It's the easiest hosting provider that you can use online. It's very important, especially for beginners, that your hosting service be extremely easy to use and not confusing at all. And that's what I find with Bluehost. However, if you feel it's more suitable for you to pay monthly, you can go to HostGator. Remember, to create your account, you must have at least one domain registered that you can link to your hosting service. We just bought a small portion of this very powerful system on the internet. Now, the nice thing about Bluehost is that everything is extremely easy. Now, we need to do two things. Remember, we just bought the domain 99espresso through GoDaddy.com, and we just bought our hosting through Bluehost. Now, the first thing we need to do is to link our GoDaddy domain to Bluehost. How do you link your domain to your hosting service? It's very simple. You have to change one thing in your domain register. So I just came back to GoDaddy and I clicked on domains here. And down here I have manage my domains. Let's click on it. And on the left here, you have a list of your domains. So this is 99espresso, the domain we want to edit now. So I'm just going to click on it and just forget about all the jargon here, all the information. It looks complicated, but it's easy. The only thing you need to change is the name servers. So here I have my name servers and here I have manage. So I can manage my name servers. I'm just going to click on this. And it doesn't matter what name servers are. These are the current name servers that are assigned to my domain. So this is the standard name server. I'm just going to click on custom here. And now I can enter my custom name server. So I'm just going to add name servers. I know this looks complicated, but it's very simple. Now remember, I bought my hosting through Bluehost. So now I need to enter the name servers for Bluehost. And it's very simple. I'm just going to open a new tab and just do a quick Google search for Bluehost name servers. And I'm just going to click on the first result here. And name servers are one number. It never changes. It's not like for every new domain you're going to be using a new name server. Now name servers doesn't change. So Bluehost have fixed name servers. So I'm just going to click on the second result here. And here it tells me the name servers for you need to use for Bluehost are ns1.bluehost.com or and ns2.bluehost.com. So I'm just going to copy the first one, go back to GoDaddy. I'm just going to paste the first one on the top spot here, and the second one is just easy, it's 2. So I'm just going to paste the same one here, and I'm just going to come here and change this 1 to a 2. So what's happening here is that we're telling GoDaddy that whenever someone types this domain, which is 99 Espresso, just send them to Bluehost. It's that simple. So I'm just going to click OK, and now it's validating. And now I have my new name servers here. Save, and we're done. That's all you need to do with GoDaddy. We just bought the domain from GoDaddy, but now we're telling GoDaddy that we want to build our website with Bluehost. So GoDaddy now is linking to Bluehost. Now we'll just go to Bluehost very simply to add our domain, because Bluehost doesn't know your domain yet. So if you come here to Bluehost on the top, the second tab is domains. So I'm just going to click on domains to associate my new bought domain with my Bluehost account. And it's very simple. I just need to choose assign a domain to your cPanel account. So we're just assigning a domain to our cPanel account. Now, what's cPanel? cPanel is simply the name of the software that the servers run. Like your PC might run a Windows or a Mac. So servers run an operating system called cPanel, simple as that. So I'm just assigning a domain to my cPanel account. So I'm just going to click here, and I'm just going to type my account here in this box. So 99espresso.com. And it's validating. And now it's just it's checking if the name servers are correct. Yes, it says here ownership verified. Now, how did Bluehost verify the ownership? It's because I changed the name servers in my GoDaddy account. So now I just own the domain. It knows that I own this domain now. So I'm just going to come down here and say assign this domain. Of course, it's going to take a while. Just be patient with it. And when the page refreshes, you'll see your new domain here. So now you know that you assigned this domain to Bluehost. So at this point, we're done with GoDaddy. So there's nothing else you need to do with GoDaddy. I'm just going to close it. In the next lecture, we're going to learn a one-click easy way to install WordPress on our new domain. Now we need to install WordPress, and Bluehost make this so easy. It's very simple. I'm going to go back to hosting, and down here you'll find an icon that says one-click install. It's as simple as that. I'm just going to click here, and this is the one-click install. I just ignore everything and click on WordPress. Next, you need to click on the install button. Of course, over time, you're going to be assigning a lot of domains to your account. You need to make sure that you're choosing the right domain here. So I'm just going to go down here, and I'm just going to scroll down to 99espresso.com. So I'm just going to click here, and it says check domain. So now I can install it right away, but I just want to change some things. So I'm just going to click on the show advanced options, and I'm going to change some information here. First, I'm going to change the name of the site to 99espresso. I'm going to change the username, and I'm going to change the password. Then read the terms and conditions by clicking here, and if you agree, just click here. Then click on install now. So what's happening now is that Bluehost is installing WordPress on your small PC that you have with them. They're going to show you a progress bar up there. Just ignore everything else. And finally, it will say your install is complete and view your credentials. Now we're done here. We're done with both GoDaddy and with Bluehost. How do we go to our website? Now, let's go to 99espresso.com and click. Now, this is a splash page that Bluehost puts for you because you did not start building your site yet. So in order to access any WordPress site, I'm just going to come to the domain name here, and I'm just going to add /wp-admin, and I'm going to click enter. Now, this is the standard way to access any WordPress site. You have to go to this page, the name of the site.com/wp-admin. And this is our WordPress admin. So I'm just going to add the username and password, and I'm going to log in. And now we're in the back end of our website. Congratulations, you just started your first WordPress site. Next, we're going to start explaining everything in the back end and how can you build your website with WordPress. So let's start with a fast tour of the back end. Now, This is not your website. This is where you control your website. On the top here, you can see the name of the site, and below it you have this visit site link. So if I click on it, it will open the site in a new tab. This is currently our site. Anybody who visits the site now will see this, which doesn't look very enticing now. We'll change that later. Let's go back to the back end now. And then you have this sign here. It says 2. So 2 plugins need to be updated. We'll update them later. Then you have here the comments. Currently, there are no comments waiting moderation on the site. And then you have this new button. So here you can add some new stuff. So you can add a new post, new media, new page, or new user. And depending on the theme you're using, you'll see more options here. Then you have this Mojo Marketplace. Forget about this one now. It just takes you to the Mojo Marketplace. We're going to be removing this anyway. Then on the left here, you'll see the different sections. So first, this is the dashboard. This is where I can see an overall look of all the things happening in the site. So the dashboard have home and updates now. These are 2 links inside dashboard. So home and updates are a part of the dashboard. Then you have the Jetpack. This is a plugin. It's not an integral part of WordPress, and we're going to be removing it later anyway. So forget about it. Then you have posts. Now, if I click on posts, I have these categories down, so I can click on all posts, add new categories or tags. We're going to be discussing posts in depth later. In this lecture, we're only taking a fast look at the back end. Then you have media. Then you have pages, comments, marketplace, appearances, plugins, users, tools, settings. And the final one is to collapse the menu. So if I just click on this one here, I just collapse the menu. The same menu is still there. It just collapsed to give me a better view of my actual content. So this was a fast tour of the backend interface. And in the next lecture, we're going to start with posts. Let's start with posts. Remember, WordPress started as a blogging environment. So when I clicked on posts, now I have this screen here. First, this is post. It tells me that I'm on the post page here, and this is the add new. So I can simply click this button to add a new post. Then I have this message. This is like a messaging center where whenever there is something important, you always find it here. Currently, it's saying that your site is currently displaying the coming soon page. So I can simply click here to remove the coming soon page, and anybody who visits my site can just see the actual content of the site instead of the coming soon page. Then here I have my posts. I can choose here to view all my posts or only published posts. We'll discuss later how you can create a post but not publish it yet. And right above my posts, I have these options. These are actions. Currently, I'm not selecting anything, but if I have more than one post here and I want to edit my posts together, I can simply check all the posts here or several posts, click on the drop-down menu here and choose edit or move to trash. So let's remove this. So this is my first post. If I hover my mouse over the post name, now I have different options. I have edit, I can edit the post, or I have a quick edit. We'll discuss this later. I can move it to trash, or I can view the post. So right click and view the post. As you can see, this is my first post here. Let's come back to the back end. Here I have the author of the post, the category. I can have multiple categories for my posts. So for example, I'm starting a coffee blog or a coffee website here. So some posts can be about the best coffee in town. Other posts can have a different category like best sources for coffee. Another category might be the best ways to brew your coffee. So you can add different categories here. This is where you see your categories. And then you have the tags. You can tag your posts so it will be easy for people to, to find your posts. And then you have the comments and the date it was published. On the top here, you have 2 different ways of viewing your posts. So you can see when I click on this option here, I have a preview of my post. Let's go back to the default. So simply, this is my page. Now, let's try to edit this first post. So let's come back to the post here. It says, welcome to WordPress. This is your first post. So I'm just going to come here and I'm going to click edit. And now it's taking me to the post page. This is the page for my post. First here, I have the post name. Remember, it was called Hello World. If you come here, this is Hello World. So this is the name of my post that is going to be displayed everywhere. Then I have the permalink. This is the link for my post. So currently this is 99espresso.com/p=1. So this is the first post. We're going to be changing the way the permalinks are displayed later, but this is how it's displayed currently. I can change the permalink later, or I can view the post here. Notice that I have two buttons to display the post. I have the view post here, and I also have view post here. Then this is the actual post. This is where I can edit the content of my post. So whatever I write here is going to be displayed on the front end to the visitors of my site. So for example, let's change this to welcome to 99 Espresso, where you can learn more about coffee. So I just changed this here, but if I come to the front end and refresh, it's still the same old text. Nothing is changed. That's because on WordPress, whatever you change, you have to come to this button here to the right and say update. So now all the changes I made so far to my post have not been applied to the actual post displayed. So I can simply come here and say update. And it just finished updating the post. I will come here to my front end and refresh. And you can see now it says welcome to 99 Espresso, where you can learn more about coffee. Great. So let's come back to the back end here, and this is where you change your post. Now, of course, you have a lot of options here to format your post. We're going to come back to this later, but this is how you view your post. Then to the right here, you have the publish box. This is where you can have some basic information about the publishing of your post. First is the status. So this particular post happens to be published now. So now it's published. I can change the status by going to edit and change it to draft or pending review. If I move it to draft or pending preview and hit OK, it's going to disappear from the front page of the website. I'm just going to keep it to published now. Then visibility public. I can change the visibility status for this particular post. Now it's currently public, and I have the option to stick this post to the front page. So now posts are sequential, which basically means that whenever you publish a new post, it pushes the older posts down in the page. So if I click here, this post is going to stick to the front page, even if I add new posts. Then you can password protect this page if you want, and add a new password for it, or make it private. I'm just going to keep it to public now, and it shows me the two revisions I've done here. These are the revisions. And this is when did I publish this particular post. Then you have the formats down. Now, you have a lot of formats for this post. We're going to be discussing this later, but so far you have standard, image, video, code, link. We're going to be discussing later why would you want to change to video or image, for example. But so far, it's good to know that this is where you choose the format for your post. Then you have the categories. Currently, this post is uncategorized. I can add a new category from here if I want to, without having to go to the categories page here. So for example, this is a welcome post. So I'm just going to add a new category and just call it welcome. And I can choose a parent category for this. I only have one category now, so I can add a new category. So now I have a new category called welcome. I'm just going to uncheck uncategorized. And if I have a lot of categories, on the most used here will show me the most used categories in my website. Currently, I don't have a lot, so I'm just going to stick to welcome here. And finally, you have tags. We're going to be discussing tags later, but tags are simply a way to make it easier for your visitors to find certain posts that are discussing certain topics. So this is the post page. Now I'm just going to update this, and let's add a new post. So to add a new post, I'm just going to come here to edit post and click add new. So first I'm going to have to enter a title for my post. So let's just call this the best coffee shop in town. Now, notice that it is not published yet. This button here doesn't say update now, it says publish. I'm just going to come here and write this is a post. And I'm just going to hit publish now. So I can simply come here to view post, right click and open a new tab. And this is my new post. So let's go back to the home page and click on the logo here to go back to the home page, and you'll find that our new post was published. So our new post is right on top of our old post. So it's the best coffee shop in town. And notice down here that I have a new category. So remember, I added a new category that is called welcome. If I click on it, this is the only post with the category that is called welcome. Now let's come back here to our post, and I'm just going to add a new category. I'm going to call it coffee shops. And this post is going to be categorized as a post that discusses coffee shops. And I'm just going to update. Let's come back to the home page here, 99 Espresso. And you can see that I have a new category called coffee shop now. So if I click on coffee shops, so the best coffee shop in town, if I click on welcome, this is my welcome post. So this is simply how you add a new post. Next, we're going to be discussing how to format your post. Okay, let's discuss the post formatting options. First, you'll find this toggle here. If you click it, you expand more options. Now, the first group to the left is the standard formatting options found in all text editors. So you have bold, italic, your text alignment. Then you have these two buttons here. These are to insert or delete links. Now, what's a link? This is the text. I can turn any part of the text to a clickable link. So for example, I can come to this Wikipedia page here and just copy its link. This is a page that discusses coffee houses. So I'm just going to come back here to my post, choose the word coffee shop, and now I'm going to click on this button to insert or edit link. It's going to turn this text, which is coffee shop, into a clickable link. I'm just going to paste the link's URL here, and now I have the link text. And I can click on this button, so when anybody clicks on this link, it will open a new tab instead of, opening in place, which is a good option. So I'm just going to click here and add link. Now you can see that the word coffee shop have this line under it, which means that this is a clickable link. I'm just going to update now, and I'm going to click on this button to preview changes. So this is my post, and you can see that the word coffee shop turned into a link here. So if I hover over it, now I have this icon to click on the link, and if I click on it, it's going to take me to this page. Now let's come back here. Now I can of course remove the link by highlighting this word and just clicking on this button here to remove the link. Then you have this drop down menu here. This is to choose which part of your text is the heading and which part is the actual paragraph. So for example, I can simply create a new line here and say coffee shops. So now I have 3 lines of text. So now if I update and I hit preview changes, I have my 3 lines of text. Now I want to come back here, choose the first line and turn it into a heading. So this is heading 1, and then Seattle would be heading 2, and this would be a paragraph. So I'm just going to keep it on paragraph here, and I'm just going to update and preview changes. See, so I have now coffee shop as a heading 1 and Seattle as a heading 2, and this is the actual body. So now I can simply add a new line of text here. So now Chicago would be also heading 2. So now I have 2 headings, and then I'm going to hit update and preview changes. So you can see now I have my heading 1, heading 2, I have Seattle and Chicago, and then I have the actual body of this post. Then I have this button, of course, to have underline, justify my text, change text color. So if I choose a certain text, I can change its color. Then we have clear formatting, paste as text. Now, let's discuss this for a second. I'm just going to update now. A very important thing to understand here is that when you come to the text formatting options, you have the visual tab and the text tab. So you have 2 tabs here. Currently, we're on the visual tab. This shows us what visitors to our site would see. However, WordPress, of course, as a part of the web, uses HTML to, to display its content. So if I come to text here, now you can see that this is an HTML code. So this is the same text that I have here. So this is a visual representation of this, what happens in the text tab. So you don't need to learn any HTML here. There's nothing you need to do here. It's just for you to understand that when you come here to the visual tab and you say paste as text, sometimes when you copy some text from another website and you want to paste it here, some HTML code like these H2 codes or more things would be attached to the copied text that you have. So it's better to paste it as text, so it will remove all the HTML from the code. And this will also do the same thing. This will just clear all the formatting from your text. And this is where you can add special characters, decrease or increase indent, undo and redo, just standard text formatting. Let's say that I want to add a video to my post. Now the video, let's say, is on YouTube, for example. So this is a video that I just want to add to the post. This is the link for this video. It's very simple. I'm just going to choose the link, right click, copy. I'm just going to come back here to WordPress and simply paste the link. So I'm just going to right click and paste, and nothing happens. Why? Now, whenever you want to paste a link to WordPress, you have to do that in the text mode. You cannot simply just paste it here because this is not text, this is a code. So you need to come to text, which means code. Okay, this seems complicated now, but it's actually very simple. You can see here the word coffee shop, then the word Seattle, and this is defined the best coffee in Seattle, and you can paste your YouTube link the same way you would paste anything else. You just have to be in the text mode. So I'm just going to come here between Seattle and Chicago, and I'm just going to right click and paste. And now I have the link for YouTube pasted here, and then I'm going to hit preview changes. And when I come to my post here, this is my video. See, it's exactly between in Seattle and in Chicago. So the video is still on YouTube. We're just linking the video from YouTube to our site. And this is how you add a YouTube video. And the same workflow can be applied to Vimeo. So this is a video on Vimeo. I can simply come to the URL, copy it, come back to WordPress, and simply paste the URL the same way I pasted the YouTube URL. So I'm just going to put it right below YouTube and paste, enter, and I'm just going to hit preview now. And now I have the two videos embedded. So now this is the YouTube video and this is the Vimeo video. So you can see how easy WordPress makes it to insert any video into your WordPress site. Let's take a look at this post. This post currently says this is to find the best coffee shop in Seattle. So I'm just going to come back to the back end here, double click and change Seattle to Chicago. Now, I've just changed it on the back end. However, visitors to my site would still see the original post. What if I want to preview the changes to check out how my post looks at the moment without updating it? So I will see the preview now applied to the front end, but visitors to my site would still see the original Seattle post. I have a button here that says preview changes. So if I click on it, it's just going to update here now. And now I can see the word Chicago. So this is what this post would look like if I hit update. But if I don't hit update, visitors to my site are still seeing the original Seattle text. So all what's happening now is that I'm previewing this, and I can simply discard. If I just close this now, nothing happened to my site. To preview this, I'm just going to come here and go to 99espresso.com. You can see this is the original site and people are still seeing the word Seattle here. However, this is the preview page. You can see the word preview here. So I'm previewing this page now as Chicago, but visitors to my site are still seeing the original Seattle. So to make this live, I have to come here and click update. And if I come back to the main site here, not the preview site, and I refresh, now I have Chicago. So it's very important to understand the difference between preview page and update. This is a very good feature because you can preview all the changes you make to your site before you actually make it public. So let's add a photo now to our post. It's very simple. To add photo, I'm just going to come here and click on add media. And this window is going to open. I have no media now on my website, but I can simply select a file or drop any file here to upload. So I have this file. I'm just going to drag it here, drop it, and it's uploading. And now I have this file selected. Notice this check mark here. I'm just going to come here to insert into post and click on it. Now I have this image inserted into my post. Let's preview. And now I have an image in my post. I can make the image larger by simply clicking on the image here. And I have these corner pins here. I can simply drag any one of them to make the image a bit larger. Let's preview again. Much better. And this is how you insert a photo into your post. However, there are two ways of inserting photos into post. This is a photo that happens to be inside the post. So this photo was inserted into the post. Let me delete this photo now. And if you scroll down here, you can find the featured image box. So let's set a featured image. So I'm just going to click now, click on the photo and set as featured image. So the image now is going to appear here as a featured image. However, the image is not in the post. Let's preview now. Now, our theme just took the featured image and put it in the featured image box in the post. Every theme, we're going to get into themes later, but every theme deals with this in a different way. But simply put, we just got the image to be featured in the post, so it looks much better now, which is different than image being inside the post. I can still add more images inside the post. Let's come back here, add media, and I'm just going to choose the same image again and insert into post. And now the same image have been inserted into the post. Let me preview. Now I have the same image as a featured image and as an image inside the post. Now let me update. So I'm just going to come back here and click on 99 Espresso here to refresh the homepage. And this is how my homepage looks now. Much better. Notice that this is not the post. This is the homepage and this is a preview of the post. So if I just click on the post here, on the image, I'm just going to go to the actual post. So now I'm inside the actual post. Now, after posts, we have the media tab. Let's click on it. And here you can find all your media that are stored inside your site. You can store photos, zip files, all sorts of media that you want to add to your site. I currently have one photo here. Let's add more photos. I'm just going to click on Add New here. Select Files, and I'm just going to come to Downloads and choose all the files I have. Upload. And now it's uploading all the photos I just chose. Great. Now I finished adding my photos, so I'm just going to click on this button here, and these are my photos. Notice that I have the same photo repeated twice, and I want to delete one of the two files. This is my original file. This is the new file I just added, so I'm just going to click on it, and I have some options here. First, I have basic information to the top right here, like file name, file type, when it was uploaded, the size, and the dimensions. Then I have the URL to the file. This is where my file is being stored on my WordPress site. So if I just simply come here, right click, copy, and I'm just going to go to this URL that was provided. This is the image stored on the hard disk, or actually the portion of the hard disk that I bought with my hosting plan. So I'm just going to come back here, and then I have the title. I can change the title, the caption. The alt text is what will be displayed in case my image was not displayed. Like if the connection was lost, if the connection was slow, what is the text that is going to be displayed here, telling visitors to my site that there should have been this image here. And finally, uploaded by Alex. And down here, I have three options. View the attachment page, edit more details, or delete permanently. Now remember, I want to delete this photo, so I'm just going to hit delete permanently. And it's asking if I should be deleting it. I'll just hit OK, and it's deleted. Okay, now to viewing your media. I have more than one option here to view my media. So if I click on this icon here, I get this list view. So I have the images or whatever type of media I have. And then I have the author or the person who uploaded this file. And then the uploaded to section, which basically describes when this particular image or file was first uploaded, which post was it attached to. So the first image, if you remember, was not uploaded through the media tab. It was uploaded from inside this particular post, the best coffee shop in town. So this media was first uploaded to this post, and then we have the date on when was this photo uploaded. So let's go back to this view here. So of course I can choose certain images here, like for example, this one and this one and this one, and I can add bulk actions to them. In this case, I can delete them permanently if I want to. So I can just hit delete permanently and hit apply, and they will be deleted. Of course, I don't want to do this now. And if I click on this drop down menu, I can, for example, view all images or all unattached pictures. Unattached means that they've been uploaded to my site, but they were not displayed anywhere. So they were not part of a blog post or a page or anything. And if I come to this view here, I can choose to view media based on its type. So I can ask WordPress to show me images, audio, video, or unattached files. And here I can choose certain date ranges. So I can ask WordPress to show me all the images, okay, or all the files that were updated July 2015. And finally, I can search here for certain images if I tagged my files correctly. WordPress offers some basic image editing functionality. So if I come to any image here and I click on edit, this is where I can edit basic information about this image. Think of this page and the image as a special type of blog post. Notice that we have the same structure here. I can change the name of the image, and I can add captions, alternative text, and description. But if you look at the image, you'll find this button here that says edit image. If I click on it again, now it adds some basic editing features. This is my image, and these are some of the basic functions I can perform. So if I click on this button, I can rotate the image. Okay, let's get it back to its original rotation. And if I click on this, I can flip the image, vertically or horizontally. And this is just a basic undo button or redo. Then I can crop my image. So how does this work? Now, if I click on the crop, nothing happens, which is a bit confusing in WordPress. So what I need to do is to hover over a certain part of my image, click and drag. And now I have this portion of the image being selected. If I click save now, nothing will happen, which is kind of weird also. So in order to crop the image, after I chose or picked this particular part, I have to click on the crop sign again. And now I just cropped my image and I can go ahead and save it. Let's undo. Then you can scale your image. So this part here tells me that this image's original dimensions are 960 by 640, and I can change this to any number and scale it however I want. And notice that both numbers update to keep the same aspect ratio. Then you have the image crop aspect ratio. Now, let's assume that I want all the images in my site to be square, to have an aspect ratio of 1:1. So I'm just going to come back here and choose a certain part of the image, but it's very hard for me, just to make sure that I'm on a 1:1 or 16:9, aspect ratio. So while I have this part selected and before I hit the crop button, I can simply come here and choose 1:1. So this will update now and make sure that my aspect ratio is exactly 1:1. Like, let's make this a bit smaller and choose an aspect ratio of 2:1. So now I'm 100% certain that this is 2:1. My crop currently is 2:1. So I can choose any part of the image I want and hit this button to crop again. Remember, nothing happened to the image now. Unless I hit the update button here, my original image have not been touched. So I'm just going to cancel everything now and go back to our original image. Then after media, you have the pages tab. Now I'm just going to click on pages. I have only two options, all pages or add new pages. You will notice that the pages section looks a lot like the posts section, where you have the page name, you can edit, quick edit, view, or trash, and you can add a new page. It's the same structure exactly. So what's the difference between a page and a post? Posts fall into categories and have tags, so they're searchable. The website will always change. Pages are more static. Now think of the difference between these two sites. You have BuzzFeed, where basically you have a lot of blog posts and every new blog post just pushes the rest of the posts down. Versus an Apple page, like this is the Apple iPhone 6 page. This is just a simple page with no tags or anything. This is a static page that will always remain there. And it have a certain purpose. It looks a bit more complex, but posts can be complex also. So pages are static. Think of the home page on most of the corporate websites versus just a normal blog page where basically you can just choose one of the posts to read it and just go to the next post and next. So to add a new page, I'm going to come back to pages now and choose add a new page. Now I can simply call this the home page. So I'm just going to call it home. And down here I have the same exact structure and the same exact editing tools that I had with posts. And to the right here I have the publish. There's a slight difference here to the right. So first I have page attributes. Remember, with posts we have categories and tags. Here we have page attributes, so we can choose a parent to this page and an order to the page. And you can also set the featured image, but you cannot add any more options here like tags or categories. And you have the same formatting tools that you had with the posts. However, when you start adding themes and using themes, you'll discover that pages are extremely important because the use of themes add a lot of functionalities to pages that weren't there before. So right now, this is the home page. I'm just gonna set a featured image, like maybe this one, and I'm gonna write here, this is the home page. And of course I hit publish, and now the page will be published. Then after pages, we have comments. So if I come to the comments section here, this is a comment that by default comes with WordPress. But to understand what's happening, let's say that a visitor to our site, so this post, got into the post, clicked on it, and down here he have a comment section. So he come here and he said, I like this post, and then can click here to post this comment. Now, look here, this is my name, and I just said that I like this post. However, as an admin of the site, if I refresh the comments page now, I have a new comment. So this is Alex saying that I like this post. And down here, I have many options. So first, I can unapprove a comment. The problem with comments is that usually a lot of spam comes to your site through comments. So you can simply unapprove a comment. So the comment will stay there, but it's unapproved. So it will not show on your site. Then I can reply to this person. So this is his email. This is my email at the moment, but whoever leaves a comment, I can simply reply to him. And then I have the quick edit. I can edit the comment. So I can just say, I like this post a lot, and update my comment. Okay, so I changed it now. If I come to the front end and I refresh, take a look at the comment here. Now it says, I like this post a lot. Okay, I misspelled a lot, but it doesn't matter. Then I can edit the comment itself. So that was quick edit. Now I can edit everything, the email, the name, all the information. And finally, I can check this as spam, which will prevent this particular person from ever commenting on the site again. And I can finally trash the comment. This is just a way to moderate your comments. When we get to the settings section of WordPress, you'll discover that there are ways to automatically hide all comments until they are approved. But that will be discussed in the settings section. Next, we have appearances. Let's come to appearances here. The appearances section have many subsections under it. It controls how your website looks, which is a very important side for WordPress, because what makes WordPress so unique is that it's very versatile. It could basically turn into anything in terms of both functionality and the way it looks. Let's start here with themes. So I'm just going to click on themes, and you can see here that I have 3 themes installed. So this is a theme, this is another theme, and this is a third theme. And this is where I can add a new theme. You can tell here from the word active that this theme is currently active. And up here, you can have more Mojo themes, WordPress.org themes. So Mojo themes are themes that are provided by Mojo. And you will lose this if we uninstall Mojo. We'll discuss this later. And this is to get to the WordPress official themes. However, they're not that great. Then you have add new. But before we add a new theme, let's take a look at the themes we have here. So if I hover over this theme and I click on it, I have a preview and some information about the theme. So this was developed by WordPress team, and this is version 1.4. And down here I have 3 buttons. I can activate the theme. I can live preview the theme. So I'm just previewing the theme without actually applying it to the website. So if anybody visits the website, we'll still see the old theme. However, I'm only previewing the theme. Then you have the delete button to delete the theme. So let's say, for example, this is our website, 99 Espresso. I'm just going to come here to live preview and click on it. And notice the URL here. So this is 99 Espresso. This is a theme 2014. Ignore this thing on the left. We're going to discuss it later. But here, the same content we have. So this is our post. And this is our new look for the website. So this is the same content just displayed through a new theme. Let's close here. And if I hit activate, now I just activated the theme. So anybody who visits the website now, so let's come here and click on 99 Espresso, go to the home page, and this is my new home page. I know it doesn't look very enticing at the moment. And this is the 2013 theme, so I can also preview it or activate it. So let's live preview this theme. So this is our new theme. Doesn't look very enticing also, so I'm just going to close this theme. So this is how we deal with these themes. Now, how do you add new themes? There are 2 main ways to adding themes. First, I'm just going to come here and click on add new theme. And now I'm in the add theme page. This is where I can find most of the WordPress themes available. And I have thousands of themes here. And I do mean thousands. So these are the featured themes now. So you have here the featured themes. These are the featured themes. Then you have popular. These are the themes that are currently popular. Of course, the first one would be 2015 because it's by default, it's installed on every single WordPress site. So for example, this looks like a good theme like 2011 or this Zerf Lite. So if I just preview it, I can preview my site through this theme without actually even installing it on the site. You see this theme have a very nice homepage. We'll discuss this later, but let's just leave this theme now. And you can search for any theme here, and then you have the latest themes, the premium themes, which are paid. So you can, for example, buy this theme for $49. And when you come to the paid section theme, you can here choose recent, business, e-commerce, photography. Every single type of look that you want for your website ever is available in WordPress. You will find the theme that can even turn your WordPress into a Facebook-like site if you wanted to. real estate, photography, everything. So let's go back to themes now. Notice that when I came to the paid theme section, this is changed here. I'm not on appearances anymore. Now I'm on marketplace, because this marketplace is the Mojo marketplace. So whatever you're buying now, you're buying from Mojo, because it was preloaded into the site by Bluehost. So let's come back to the latest themes page here. These are the latest themes. You can install any of these themes. These are completely free themes. However, some of them might offer some paid functionality later. So let's say that I wanted to install this theme. Okay, I'm just going to hit install now, and simply it's going to be automatically installed into my WordPress site. Now the theme have been installed. Okay, you see here it says successfully installed the theme. However, I can live preview the theme or activate it or return to the installer. So let's activate the theme. I just activated the theme. So I'm back here to my themes pages. This is my previous theme and this is the new one, and you can see that it's active now. Let's come here and again click on 99 Espresso to see the new theme. Okay, you can see it looks much better. And this is a free theme. We'll get back into how to customize this theme later. So let's come back here. Now, this was the first way of adding a theme, is simply by going to add a new theme. However, instead of browsing for themes, you can simply upload your theme, because you can get themes from everywhere for WordPress. Like one of the biggest markets is the Evanto Market theme forest. And here you can search for any type of theme you want. Like for example, let's search for social network, or even a school theme. So if I hover here, this is the Evanto Market, I can see a preview of the theme. The question is how to get themes that you buy somewhere else, like out of the Evanto Market. How do you get them to be installed on your website? It's very simple. Whenever you download a theme, it will be downloaded as a zip file. And simply, you can just come here, choose the file. Like one of the best themes in my opinion ever is a theme called Divi by Elegant Themes. We're going to be discussing this in a different course, but it's an extremely powerful theme. So for example, let's install Divi into this site. So I have it on my downloads folder as Divi. So I'm just going to hit choose file. And now I'm on downloads. I have here divi.zip. So I'm just going to click on it and open. And now WordPress is choosing divi.zip as my new theme to be installed. However, it's not installing yet. To start installing it, I'm just going to have to click install now. And if you look to the bottom left, you'll see the upload percentage. So it might look like nothing is happening right now, but it's uploading, and you can check on the lower left on your screen. Okay, now I have Divi here. Now Divi is a great example of a theme, because Divi doesn't only control how the website looks, it also controls how the website functions. So before I activate the theme, just take a look to the left here. And I'm just going to hit activate. Now I'm back to the themes page, but notice that I have a new thing here. I have this Divi icon. So themes can add their own menus to WordPress. So I have two things. First, I have this new Divi icon here, which controls the options for the Divi theme. Also, I have a new projects tab here. Projects are used by certain themes. We're going to be discussing them thoroughly later in the Divi course, but for now, I just want you to notice that some themes can actually change how your WordPress site functions. So for example, let's go to pages, and now I'm going to add a new page. And notice when I added a new page, now the back end looks a bit different. Like for example, here you have a new button that says use the Divi builder. We're not going to be discussing this now because it's not a part of WordPress itself, it's just a part of a certain theme. But this to show you that themes also have a lot to do with functionality, not only with how the website looks. So I'm just going to go back to appearances, themes, and I'm going to go back to my 2015 theme for now, so you can continue the course the way it's scheduled, and then we will be discussing themes more thoroughly. Okay, now I just activated the old theme, the 2015 theme, so we can explain WordPress in a more simple way before we move in next courses to more advanced stuff. So this is how you control themes. 4, 3, 2, 1. And right after themes, we have the customize section. If I click on it, a new page will open. This is a specialized page that is designed to deal with your theme directly, which means that this page, or the contents of this page to the left here, the controls, most of them will change based on what theme you're using now. So this part will change from theme to theme. However, dealing with this part and the main functionalities remain the same. So first of all, it tells you here that you're customizing this particular site. Then this is the current active theme. You can change the theme from here. Then you have the site title and tagline. If I click on this button here, now I'm expanding it. So this is the site title and tagline, just another WordPress site. Now we need to change this because this is a part of what appears on Google search when people are searching for your site. So it's just going to appear in Google that 99 Espresso and it's just another WordPress site. So it's very important to change this. Okay, of course, notice that nothing happened yet. We just changed it. Now we need to publish it. But instead of the publish button be to the right here, it's on top here. It's save and publish. Let's click it. Good. Now we just saved our changes. Then the next section is colors. Notice that when I expand the next section, it will automatically close the first one, which is very good. Then we have some options for this theme, like the base color scheme. These are the default colors. Let's try yellow. Notice how it changes. Not very flattering. Then pink, purple, blue. So these are all different ways to display your site. Okay, let's go with purple, for example. Then you can change two colors here. Of course, this changes from theme to theme, but for this particular theme, we have two colors here. So you can see this is the background color. In the case of this theme, it controls the color in the background here. So let's just click on it and change it to maybe blue, a darker blue. And you can change the color on the left here. So let's make it red, for example. This is all goofy. Let's just come back to our default colors. Then we have the header image. Now, again, this changes from theme to theme, but currently this is where you choose the image that is displayed on the left here. Like for example, I'm just gonna click add a new image. Maybe I'll choose this one and I'm just gonna select and crop. Notice here that it says select and crop because this theme knows what size the image should be for the theme to be able to use it. So it just, before it adds the image, it's asking me to crop the image. So I can simply drag this around now. So maybe this is what I'm looking for, this part here, and I'm just going to hit crop. And now the image is just added to the left here. Notice that we have our image to the left. We can't see the text anymore, so maybe we'll just go back to colors, change the text color to white. Yeah, much better. Let me reset everything. And I just added an image before, so now you can see that you can randomize the uploaded headers. So now it will just display these in a random basis for new visitors to the website. Then we can choose a background image. The background image will be displayed on the right here for this particular theme. So I'm just going to select another image, maybe choose this one and choose image. Okay, the website doesn't look very good now, but remember, this is all preview. Nothing is being published at the moment. Unless I hit save and publish, nothing happened yet. Then on the background image, you have some options like tile, position, and the background attachment. Is it scroll or fixed? If I choose to scroll, it will scroll. And if I choose fixed, it will just stay in place while the rest of the content scrolls. Then we have widgets. Widgets are very important. Before we get into widgets, just notice that all the other sections have these arrows that points up or down. And for the widgets, there's this arrow that is pointing right. This means that it doesn't have a drop-down menu. Whenever I click on this, I'm going to be taken to a new section. And in this section, there is this widget area, and I click on this down-facing arrow to get to the widgets area. Now, widgets are very important. Widgets are special functioning units, like a search, or if you want to show people recent posts, recent blog. There are millions of widgets available in WordPress. Let's take a look here. This is the widget area, which is referring to this part on the left here. So the first widget is search. And you can see that search is the first thing on the top here. And this is the arrangement of the widget. So if I simply take the search down, notice that search just moved down. So these are the widgets that are being displayed here. Let me get search back on top. Now, I can change some of the functionalities of the widget. So it doesn't have a title here. I can just right here search the site. And notice that I have a new title here that says search the site. Then I have a widget that is called recent posts. This is the widget here. It shows people the most recent posts. So I can simply drag it on top to show it first to people. So now I have recent posts on top, and let's check the options. Now you can change the title and how many recent posts to show, because I don't want to show people all the posts I had like from the past year. So I can limit the number of new posts to show to 5, for example. and I can choose the option to display post date. Then we have the search the site. This is the same one that was on top. And then we have recent comments. Again, I'm just showing people what recent comments have been made to the site. Archives, categories, where I can show people the certain categories, where I can show people the categories available on the site. Like for example, if people visit the site and I want to show them that I have like 3 categories, like coffee shops, brewing coffee, and the best coffee in town, I can choose to show them the categories here. Then we have some metadata, and this is to add some extra links here. Now I can clean this up. So for example, I don't want to show people my archives. So I'm just going to come here and hit remove. So now I'm just removing the archives. So I just remove this now, and I can simply bring the search back to top. So let's just go back. I'm not going to save anything now. And finally, we have the static front page. Now, this is WordPress asking, whenever someone visits the site, what is the first thing they should see when they simply type 99espresso.com without them visiting any special pages? Now, we have 2 options here. The first one is your latest posts. So whenever someone visits the site, they are going to see my latest post. And this is usually suitable for blogs. So if you're running a blog, you do want people to see your latest post first. Then you can choose a static page. So maybe you're running a company website and you don't want people to see posts whenever they visit your site. You want to show them a welcoming message and maybe some information about your products. That's where you will create that page, and here you can choose that particular page to be the first thing displayed to your site's visitors. So for example, we created a home page a while ago, so I can simply come here and choose the page that I named home earlier to become my home page. So now whenever someone visits the website, this will be the home page of the website, or the first thing to see. Or you can choose a special posts page. So it's a page that is a collection of a group of posts. We're going to be discussing this later. So let me close. Yeah, I'm going to leave without saving. So this was the customize section. Now, before we leave, I'm just going to choose a different theme now. Like for example, this theme here, I'm just going to activate it. Good. And now when we visit the customize page again, it looks different. The theme looks different. The entire website looks different, and the customize part here have a lot more options. Like all of a sudden the static front page, which was on down, just went to top, and a new section was added here for logo and favicon. So for example, I can choose a certain logo here and a certain favicon. The favicon is basically this small image that is being displayed on top of your site here to identify your tab. And we can, for example, choose the site tagline placement, like to the right, for example. Notice that the logo just went to the right, left, or center. And I can upload any logo as the image. I don't have an image logo now. We're going to be adding this later. Then you can choose the theme fonts, for example. You can change the sidebar layout. So this is my sidebar here. It's to the left currently. I can click here to make it go to the right, which is slightly more familiar. Or I can choose to have no sidebar. And if I come to the color section here, I have way more colors to choose for different sections of the site than the other theme. So this section here depends entirely on your theme, but it always looks familiar. It's very easy to change it. For example, let's just get the sidebar back. And if I go to the widgets area, notice that I have this arrow here that will take me to a new window. I'm going to click on it, and now I have more than one widget area. So there's the footer widget area, this area here, and you have the first, second, and third, and fourth widget areas. So for example, this is the sidebar here on top. So if I click on it, these are the widgets on my sidebar. So for example, let's remove recent comments. I'm just going to remove it. Good. And let's bring the search down. Great. And you have more than one widget area in this particular theme. So you have the sidebar, which is considered a widget area. Then you have 4 footer widget areas. So the first, second, third, and fourth. So for example, I'm just going to go to the first footer widget area and click on add a widget. And now I have all these widgets here that I can choose from. I can add, for example, a search area to the footer of the website. So now I have this search here because I added it to the first footer widget area. So this is the first, second, third, and fourth widget areas, and I can add any widgets I want over there. So this was it for the customize section. Next, we have the widgets section. The widgets section is another place to control your widgets other than the customize screen. On the left here, you'll find the available widgets on your site. These widgets are what's available now, but other widgets can be added with themes. So themes will add their widgets. or you will learn how to add more widgets when we get to the plugins page of this course. However, currently these are the widgets that are available, and these are the different widgets areas in your theme. These areas change from theme to theme. So if I activate a different theme, you will find that the footer areas like the first, second, third, and fourth would disappear and nothing will be there, and we will only have the sidebar. However, other themes might even add more widget areas. To add the widgets to any area, you just expand the area and just simply drag the widgets to this area. So now I have this archives section in the first footer widget area. So now if I visit the site and I scroll all the way down, now I have the archives here down. And if I move this widget area to the fourth, like let's just move archives from the first to the fourth widget area. Notice that the widgets area doesn't need you to update the site. Simply by moving the widget, you will have the site update to accommodate the changes. So let's come back to the site and refresh, and notice that the archived went to the fourth widget area on the right. So this is the first, second, third, and fourth according to this theme. So let's come back to widgets here, and you can simply click this button to view more options for every widget. And to make any widget inactive in your site, this is the inactive widget area. So for example, I want to disable the tag cloud widget from the entire site. I can simply drag it here and pull it down, and now it's under the inactive widget. So currently the tag cloud widget is not active. It will be deactivated from the entire site. And if I want to remove any widget from the sidebar, I can simply click on it here to expand it and then click delete. Again, you do not have to update this section. Just by deleting it, it was automatically deleted from the rest of the site. Next, we have the menus section. Let's click on it. Now, for the sake of this section, I changed the theme to this theme because we have a clear menu here. So this menu section is designed to control all the menus on your site, and your WordPress theme can have multiple menus. However, let's start with the first one here. So this is our menu, and this is what we're trying to change now. Let's go back to menus here. Now, this section here controls what appears on the menu. So this section is where you add stuff to this section. So things here will appear in your menu. So currently this is menu 1, and these are the links in menu 1. And this section here, you have pages, custom links, categories, and format. So you can add stuff from this side to make them appear in your menu. So let's create a new menu. I'm just going to come here to menu name and call this main menu. And I'm going to hit create menu. So two things happened right now. We have a new menu that is called main menu. And we have here manage location buttons that appeared. We will discuss this in a minute. Currently, our menu have 3 links: home, home, and sample page. So now I'm going to save this menu that I just created. So now I have a menu that is called main menu. You might have multiple menus and you want to change when every menu appears. So let's come back to the site. This menu here is the old menu that we had. This is menu 1. However, we want to add the new menu that we're calling the main menu now. So we want to attach this menu to the currently displayed menu here. How do I do that? I'm just going to come to manage locations, click on it. And this is my navigational menu. So WordPress is telling me that I have one menu displayed. If you have more menus, they will be displayed down here. So this is my navigation menu. So I'm just going to come to the drop down here and choose main menu. And then I'm going to save changes. So what I did now was attaching main menu to this menu on my site. Then I'm going to go back to editing the main menu. Currently, I have 3 links: home, home, and sample page. Now, because home is repeated, we can see only one home here. So we have home and sample page. So let's come back here. Every menu item have this down facing arrow here. So if I click on it, I'm just going to expand this menu and I can simply remove the menu. So I just removed my menu. I'm going to save it now to update it on the site. And now when I refresh the site, everything is the same. So now what I'm going to try to do is to take sample page and put it before home. So I'm just going to come back here to the menu page and I'm just going to reorder these menus. So now I have sample page first, then home, that I'm going to save. And then I'm going to come to home here, refresh. And now you can see that they were rearranged. So sample page comes first before home. So this is how I rearrange the items on my menu. However, I can also include sub-menu items. So I'm just going to take sample page down. So first we have home, then sample page, and then I'm going to drag the sample page to the right. So sample page now is going to be included inside the home menu. Then I'm going to save. I'm going to come to the website here and refresh. And now I only have home on the menu. So even though that I still have sample page, because it was moved to the right, it's now a sub-menu item. So if I hover over home, then I'm going to open another menu under home that is called sample page. So I can click on this link or this link. Let's come back to the menus here. How do you add different things to your menu? First, you can add pages. So for example, I have a sample page. Let's come back to pages here, and I'm going to click on add a new page. So let's call this page Espresso Sources, and I'm going to publish the page. Then let's come back to menus here. So under appearances, I'm just going to come back to menus. And now if you look to the pages section here on the left, you'll notice that we have a new page added, which is Espresso Sources. So to add it, I'm just going to click on it and click add to menu. And now I can rearrange it. So if I simply save the menu now, so now I have two links on the menu. I have home and Espresso Sources. And sample page is a sub-menu item from home. So let's just come back to the website and refresh. So now we have two menu items here. I have home and Espresso Sources, and of course sample page is a part of home. Let's come back here. Now this is how we add a page. Usually WordPress will display the most recent pages here, but you can also click here to view all available pages if you have a lot of pages, or even search for a certain page. Then we have custom links. Custom links can link to an external page on any other website. Like for example, this is a page on Amazon that displays espresso machines. So I can simply copy the link of this page, come back to my website, and I'm going to paste the URL here. So this is simply a pasted URL from Amazon. And then I'm going to give my link a name to appear on the menu. So I can simply say Coffee Makers and add to menu. So now I have a new item on the menu that is called Coffee Maker. And I'm going to save the menu and refresh the site. And now I have home, Espresso Sources, and Coffee Makers. Now if I click on Coffee Makers, it's going to take me to that page on Amazon. Let's go back. What if I wanted the link to open in a new tab? I can simply come back to my menu here, expand the options for this page, and there is no option here to make this link open in a new tab. On the top right here, you will find screen options. If I click on screen options, this menu will open. Now through this menu, I have access to more options. So if I simply click on link target here, I have a new button down here that says open link in a new window or tab. So I'm just gonna click on this button now that I have it after I chose to view it here, and I'm gonna save the menu. Then I'm gonna come back to the website and refresh. And now when I click on the Coffee Makers icon, now I still have my original site open, but it just took me to a new tab. And it opened that page in this new tab. Let's come back here. So this is how we add a page or a custom link. But there is one more thing we can do. Let's say that I wanted to add a tab that is only a container of other tabs. Like for example, now Espresso Sources and Coffee Makers, I want to turn them into a sub-menu item. And the new item will only be a container. It will not be a clickable link. Like for example now, if I come back to my page here, now sample page is a sub-menu item from home. But home is a clickable link, so I can actually click on home to go somewhere. However, I want to put these two tabs under one group, but the name of the group should not be a clickable link. It's very simple. I'm just going to come back here to the backend, and in the URL, I'm just going to select all, and I'm just going to add the hashtag sign. And I'm going to come to link text here, and I'm going to add it to the menu. A new link is added to the menu, but it doesn't take people anywhere. So what I can do now is simply to drag the Coffee Makers down and drag it to the right. So now it's a sub-menu item from Coffee and Espresso. And I'm going to do the same with Espresso Sources and save menu. Let's refresh the site. Now I only have two links, home and Coffee and Espresso. Now if I come to Coffee and Espresso, it actually contains two sub-menu items, Coffee Makers and Espresso Sources. However, if I click on Coffee and Espresso, nothing happens. It's not really a link, it's just a container of other menu items. Let's come back to the menu here. So this is how you add pages and custom links. You can also add categories. So if I add a category, every new post that is a part of this category will be displayed automatically. So I can simply click on coffee shops here and add it to the menu. And remember, this is not a direct link to a page. This new link will simply display all the posts that have coffee shops as categories. Let's just come back to the site and refresh. Now I have a new menu item here, which is a category. So if I click on it, it's just going to take me to a page that is going to be displaying all the posts that have coffee shop as a category. Let's go back to menus. Finally, here we have two options. Add auto pages. If you click this, pages will be added to this menu automatically. Then it's displaying where is this located in the theme. So this particular menu, which is main menu, where is it located in this theme? This theme have one menu, so we're just clicking here the navigation menu, which means that main menu is appearing now as the navigation menu for our current theme. Of course, you can add more menus to your website simply by coming here and hitting create a new menu. And every theme will have at least one menu, but it can have as many menus as it needs. Then you have the editor. Now, if you click on the editor, this is where you can edit the code for your theme. It's highly discouraged to edit the code of your theme unless you're 100% sure what you're doing. But anyway, if you needed to, this is where you can find it. So for example, this is the footer file and this is the header file. So if I click on the header and I hit proceed, this is the code that makes the header for the website. Again, do not proceed with any editing to this page unless you're 100% sure of what you're doing. Then we have the plugins. Plugins are one of the most important features that really makes WordPress unique. They can add a lot of extra functionality to WordPress that just makes it so powerful. So first, this is the plugin page. Just like anything else in WordPress, this is the actual plugin. And you have three options for the plugin. These options might be different from one plugin to another. So I have three plugins now. This is 1, 2, and 3. And every plugin can be active, inactive, or removed. So if I click here on active, it will show me all the active plugins currently on the site. So currently I have the Jetpack and the Mojo Marketplace. And I have one inactive plugin, which is WooCommerce. WooCommerce is a very important plugin that can turn your WordPress theme into a store. Then WordPress is telling me that I have 2 updates available for my plugins. And then I have drop-ins. Drop-ins are like advanced type of plugin, so let's just forget about them for now. So let's come back to all here. If you look at this sign here, it says here that there is a new version of this particular plugin, and I can update it now if I want to. So to update it, I'm going to simply click on update now, and you can see it's updating. Let's also update the other one. Good. So these are the current plugins that are available on the site. How do I add new plugins? It's very simple. Just like themes, you can add plugins in 2 different ways. First, you click on the add new button here. So you can choose a plugin from the plugins that are available inside WordPress, or you can download the plugin from any website as a zip file and then upload it to your WordPress site just like you would upload a theme. There are a lot of different plugins, like hundreds of thousands of plugins available for WordPress. Let's say that I wanted to install this plugin. Now, before I install it, I have to click on it to get more information. So you'll find the description here, the current version, and one of the most important information about any plugin is when was it last updated. Like this one was updated 2 months ago, which is great. And if you click here, you can go to the plugin homepage and you can see some reviews here. Then you have the installation instruction. Of course, you shouldn't worry about that a lot, as you can simply click on the install now button. And you have the change log, frequently asked questions, and other notes. And to install the plugin, just hit install now. Now it came to this page and it says successfully installed the plugin, so you can activate or return to the plugin installer. Let's activate the plugin. So this is my WP Super Cache plugin. I can deactivate it, edit it, which is not encouraged at all, and I can go to settings. If I click here, I'll simply go to the settings of this particular plugin. Now, we're not going to get into what this plugin does because it's just asking me for a custom URL or permalink structure. We are going to be discussing that in a later video, but this is how you install plugins to your WordPress site. Let's install another plugin from a zip file. So I'm just going to go to plugins again, and I'm going to click add new. And the plugin I want to install is not available here. Of course, you can search for plugins any way you want. So you can just come here and search for any type of plugin. Or you can click on the popular tags down. Okay, so for example, if I click on widget, this will show me all the plugins that will add all sorts of widgets to my site. So this will add a contact form, this will add an opt-in box to my website, but I want to install a different plugins. So for example, I'm going to upload a plugin called Bloom to my website. So I'm just going to click on upload plugin. Then I'm going to hit the choose file button and choose my plugin to upload. Again, it's not uploading right now. I have to click the install now button, and then on the lower left, you'll notice that it's uploading at the moment. Again, it says plugin installed successfully, and I can activate the plugin. Notice that this plugin added a new item to my menu. So now I have this new bloom icon here, and if I click on it, I get to the options of this particular plugin. Now let's deactivate this plugin. I'm just going to come back to plugins, and this is bloom. I'm going to deactivate it. So it's still available on the site. I can reactivate it anytime I want, and I still have the data that was collected by the plugin, but it's just being deactivated at the moment. That's why it's very important to always look at the active button. So if I click here, these are the currently active plugins on my site. And this is how you add plugins to your WordPress site. Then we have the users menu. Users are people who have accounts on the site, so they can log in with their passwords and username. So currently, this is my username. There should be my name here. And this is my email, role, and how many posts I have. So we can simply edit users, delete users, and add new users here. So for example, let's add a new user. So first of all, it's asking me for username, which is required. Then an email, which is also required. Then you have the first name, last name, website, and password, and I have to repeat the password, and this is the strength indicator for this password. However, the most important part is the roles here. So if I click this drop-down menu, I have different roles available for every person on the site. So you have administrator, editor, author, contributor, and subscriber. What does this mean? So the administrator is somebody who can access all the administration features in your site. So they can do anything they want in the site and access all the pages and all the back-end options. The editor is someone who can publish and manage posts, including posts of other users, but they cannot like add a new plugin or, get back and change the theme of the site. All what they can do is to publish posts for them and for others. An author, however, is somebody who can publish and manage their own posts only. The contributor is somebody who can write and manage their posts, but they cannot publish them. After writing their posts, they have to go back to the editor or an administrator to publish their pre-written posts. Then you have the subscriber, and they're only somebody who can manage their own profile, so they can read anything on the website, but they cannot do anything other than reading information on the website and managing their own profile. Now, it's worth saying that different themes might add new roles. So let's say you're starting a new website and the website is an e-commerce website. You might find new roles here that, relates to that particular business. So for example, you might have a role of the customer or the role of the storefront manager. So just keep in mind that these are the main roles available in WordPress, but new roles can be added depending on the themes and on the plugins you're using. Then you have the tools menu. The tools menu is where some of the specialized added menu items, like when a theme adds their own extra stuff or a plugin adds their own, extra code. This is where you can find some of the settings to edit, but it's not an area that you'll be visiting a lot by default. Then we have the settings section. The settings section is where you'll find the settings for your WordPress site, and it will also contain some extra menu items that I added by certain themes or certain plugins. Like for example, under settings here we have general, writing, reading, discussion, media, permalinks. But we also have the WP Super Cache, which is a plugin that we installed in a previous lecture. However, the plugin added its settings under general settings. So we will not be discussing this particular plugin now, but we will be discussing the default sections that comes by default with a WordPress site. So first we have general. As the name implies, these are the general settings for your site. So you have the site title or the name of the website, the tagline. Remember we edited the tagline in Appearance Customize, and this is the same thing, it was just carried here. Then you have the URL for the website. Don't do anything here, just leave it as is. Then you have the email address. Okay, this is where you'll be getting all the notifications. So for example, if someone signs into your site, this is where WordPress will communicate with you. This is the email they're going to be sending you notifications that, hey, you have a new user on the site. Then you have the membership type. So if you click on this button, anyone can register to your WordPress site. However, currently I'm just going to leave it off. So I have to create new accounts. for people who want to register on the site. And when someone registers on the site, this is the new default role they're getting, so they're a subscriber. You can change this into anything else, but it would be weird if anybody can register to the site as an administrator, but you have the option. Then you have the time zone, date format, time format, and when does the week start for you, the main site language, and this is the Mojo Updater Manager. Now, this section shouldn't be here. We only have it because we have the plugin called Mojo. So this is not a default section of the WordPress general settings. And these are the general settings for WordPress. Then you have the writing section. In the writing section, you can choose settings related to adding content to your site. The first is formatting. If you click this button, WordPress will convert emoticons into a graphics display. Then you have an option for correcting invalidly nested XHTML code. Then you have a default post category. So through this setting, you can make a certain category in your website, the default category for every new post. Currently it's for uncategorized, but for example, I can choose coffee shops. And now every new post will be categorized as a coffee shops post. Then you have a default post format. Remember, image, video, quote, these are all things related to how your post will appear. So you can change the default format for your new posts. And finally, you have the post via email options, where you can set a certain email account, and whatever email this particular email account receives will be automatically published as a new post. And you have the update service. Now, the update services will notify certain websites whenever you have a new post or change something in your website. It's a way to keep search engines updated with new content on your website. I'm just going to delete this for now and save. Then you have the reading settings. This is where you choose settings related to how people consume content on your website. It's a very simple page. So first you have the front page display. Remember, this is the same settings that we were able to choose in appearances customize. So it's the same setting exactly. You can either change it from this screen or from the appearance customize screen. Then you have blog pages show at most. So how many blogs pages will be shown on your website. And then you have the syndication feed show the most recent. This is when people are able to download the content from your website, like if your website have a podcast or something. So this is how many items will show on their feed. And then when there's a feed, should WordPress view the entire text or only a summary of the text? And finally, you have the search engine visibility. You may choose to discourage search engines from indexing the site. So you're basically telling Google, for example, don't index information on my site. If you want to keep the content of your site maybe secret, or maybe if you think the content shouldn't appear on search engines. But remember that, as it says here, it's up to search engines to honor this request. So all what you're doing is that you're asking search engines to stop looking, but they might choose to keep on looking. So just keep that in mind. Then you have the discussion section. This is where you choose settings related to how people can post comments or discuss things on your site. Of course, this is a part of WordPress being a blogging platform mainly. Of course, if you're starting a corporate website, this wouldn't really matter. So let's go through the settings. First, you have the default article settings. The most important thing here is that you can allow people to post comments on a new article. So if you uncheck this, now no one can post comments on new articles. And you can override these settings for specific articles, from the article creation screen. Let's get it back. And now you have the other comment settings. The first option is for a comment author must fill out full name and email. So in certain websites, people can comment on any article without filling their information. So by checking this box, you're telling WordPress not to accept any comment unless the person fills out their first name and email. And if you click the second one, no one can comment on any article unless they're logged in. So they must create an account first before they comment on any article. Then you have the option to automatically close comments on articles older than 14 days. And this is the option to enable threaded or nested comments, where people will be nesting comments and answering each other. So you can go up to 5 levels deep and you can change this. Then you can break comments into pages. This is the email notifications. So you can ask WordPress to send you an email notification whenever anyone posts any comment, or even when a comment is only held for moderation. Remember, WordPress will use the email that we added in the writing section. And WordPress will send this to the email that was specified in the previous section. Then you have the option that comments must be approved before they appear anywhere. So even though that someone commented and they were logged in and everything was correct, still, every single comment must be manually approved in order for it to show on the website. Or even the comment author must have a previously approved comment. Next is comment moderation. You can choose the hold the comment in queue, for approval if it contains 2 or more links. Because, they're saying here, a common characteristic of comment spam is a large number of hyperlinks. Then you have here this box where you can specify certain words, that whenever any of these words or links appear in a comment, this comment will automatically be held in the moderation queue. And here you have the comment blacklist, so any words that you specify in this particular box, whenever any of these words or links or URLs appear in any of your comments, these comments will automatically be labeled as spam. And finally, you have the avatar section. This is where you can choose to show or hide the avatars. And you can choose the avatar rating here, so you can only show the avatars that are suitable for all audiences, or you can choose this button here to allow all avatars. And this is the default avatar, so whenever someone is logged in but they did not specify a certain avatar, you can choose the avatar that will be given to them by default. Then you have the media section. You can choose the image sizes that you upload to WordPress. So this is the thumbnail size. So any image with a thumbnail size, it will be 150 pixels by 150 pixels. And these are the dimensions for the medium size and the large size. And finally, you have the option to organize my uploads into month and year based folders. So WordPress will be organizing your uploads based on the time of upload. Then we have the permalink setting. This is a small section, but it's extremely important. This is one of the main things that you have to do as soon as you create your WordPress site. Now, to understand what's happening, let's just come to the site itself. So I'm just going to open the website. This is 99 Espresso. I'm just going to come to Coffee and Espresso and go to Espresso Sources. This page is called Espresso Sources. However, if you come to the website here, it says 99espresso.com/page ID 73. So it doesn't say in the permalink the word Espresso Sources. It just states the page ID. So I want to change that so every page in the website will display its name in the URL, because this is how people understand URLs. So I'm just going to go to the permalinks, and I have a lot of options here. So the default is to go with the, with the current system, which is p equals 123. So this is the page ID. Then you can use date and time, which means that my URLs will be called 99espresso/2015 7/25 sample post, or the name of the actual post. So this is slightly better because now I have the name of the page, because it says his sample post. This is the name of the page here. However, I don't want the date to be a part of the URL because, I might be creating a corporate website. So to do that, we have to come here to post name. Now I'm just going to click on post name, which very simply states that this is 99espresso/post name. Then I'm going to save changes. I'm going to come back to the website here and go to Coffee and Espresso, Espresso Sources. And now you can see that the URL states 99espresso.com/espresso sources. And this is extremely important. So one of the first things I will do when I ever create a new WordPress site is to come to my permalink settings here and change it to post name. Welcome to the second section of the course. Now, in the first section, we discussed WordPress as a tool. So we went through all the menus and we understand now how to deal with WordPress. However, it's a bit different to actually build a WordPress site. So what we're going to be doing in this section is that we're going to assume that 99 Espresso is a company that sells coffee. And we're going to be building a corporate website for that company in a step-by-step process, in order to get our website up and running. So let's start. Okay, let's start. The first thing we need in order to build the 99 Espresso company website is a new theme. Now, the current theme is designed to be a blog theme. So it doesn't have a lot of features that allows it to look like a corporate website. So we're going to look into themes now. So I'm just going to go to themes, and I pre-picked a theme because it's very easy. Now remember, themes can be a bit complicated, can be a bit hard to use. They do offer a lot of great functionality, but because this is the first website you're building, so we need a very easy theme to deal with. So I'm just going to add a new theme here, and we're going to look for this theme, Alberg, and I'm just going to install it. So simply I'm just going to come here and install the theme. I'm just going to activate. Remember, when you install the themes actually install some extra menus into your WordPress site, and themes can also require additional plugins. So certain themes might require certain plugins to run with them. So after I installed this theme, now I have a new menu item here. It's called Install Plugins. So if I click on it, now these are the plugins that are required by this theme. You have the Beaver Builder and the Customize Export Import. So I'm going to skip installing these plugins because I really want building this site to be as easy and straightforward as possible. In future courses, we'll be discussing website builders and advanced website builders more thoroughly. And now let's start building the website. So now after installing the theme, I just came to the home page, and now I'm just going to refresh to see how my website looks now. So I'm just going to click on the logo here, and this is the new look of my website. Not bad for installing a new theme. It actually looks impressive. Now, the home page here is divided into two main sections. First, you have this header image here, which is not a part of any particular page. The header image here is a part of the theme itself. And this part here is just an image. So if you look at this logo here, this logo is a part of an image. And you have this text here, which is the tagline for our site. The second section of the page is, if you come down here, it's our posts. So this theme now is designed to show, a splash page, a home page with our blog post or the latest blog posts. So now I need to change a couple of things. Of course, when we're building this site, there are three main steps. First, you need to change how the home page looks. Second, you need to add your new pages. And finally, you need to edit your menu here. So let's start with changing the picture here. I'm just going to come back to themes, and I'm going to go to customize. Remember, other themes might be a bit more complicated, but this theme is beautiful and easy, so that's why we chose it. So the first thing is, I'm just going to look to the left here, and I have header image. So I'm just going to click on the image here, and you can see that this image is being displayed here, and I have the option to add a new image. So I'm just going to click on add a new image. So let's choose this image, and then I'm going to click on select and crop. And it's asking me how do I want to crop this image. So let's just bring it here. So this is the visible part of our image, and I'm just going to hit crop image. So now WordPress is going to crop the image and replace the current image with this new one. So this is our new image now. So notice here we have the image and we have the tagline for our website. Remember when we changed the tagline? This is the tagline here now, which looks really good. We need to change the tagline because currently it says we discuss everything espresso because it started as a blog, but now we need to turn it into a company homepage. So I need to change the tagline. So let's just close this. And here I have site title and tagline. So this is 99 Espresso, the name of the website. I'm just going to come to tagline here and change it into something like the best coffee in town. So now I just changed the tagline. Let's check what other options we have with the header image. Yeah, that's it. So now let's save and publish. Let's come back to the website here and refresh. Okay, this is starting to look better. Now, how do we change the second part of the page? Like down here. Currently, it's showing the latest posts. And this is the home page. And remember, in every website theme, if you come to customize, there is a way to change the front page. Because currently, if you come to static front page, now it's showing your latest posts, which is what's happening here. So now I need to go to a static page, and I can choose either a certain posts page, remember, or a front page. So I'm just going to come to the front page here and choose home. So this is the home page now. It doesn't look very good, but at least now we just told the theme that we need whatever is on the page that is called home, display it here on the front page. So let's save and publish. Let's come to the website and refresh. So far it's good. Now we have our home page displaying our tagline and a nice image. And down here we need to change the content of the home page so it will look better on our site. So whatever is in the home page is here. So let's come back to the site here to the back end. I'm going to close the customizer and I'm going to go to pages. This is the home page. You can see where the image is coming from. You see, because there's an image here. This image is actually a part of the page. It's the featured image for this particular page. So let's edit. First of all, I'm just going to change the page type to default template, and I'm going to update to show you what would have happened initially. If I come back here to the home page and refresh, notice that the home page now displays the widgets area to the right. And that's because when we created the home page, the template was the default template. So now I need to change this into full width page and update, and come back to the home page and refresh. And now we have our page without the right sidebar, which is great. This is what we want at the moment. Then I'm going to remove the featured image and update again, come back to my home page and refresh. And now we see we have home. Okay, and we have the option to edit the page. Of course, we have the edit button because we're currently logged in. But how do you see the actual page the way, a visitor would see it? I'm on Chrome now, so I'm just going to have to come here and choose new incognito window. So this is an incognito window. I'm just going to type 99 espresso. And now we're not logged in, and whoops, there's a problem. Remember how when we started our WordPress site, there was that plugin that blocked the website from being previewed to the world until it's ready? Well, I'm going to have to come to the back end here. And up here it says your site is currently displaying a coming soon page. Once you're ready to launch your site, click here. So I'm ready now. I'm just going to click here. And I'm going to come back to the incognito window and refresh. And this is our site. And you see there is no edit button here because we're not logged in. This is how any visitor to the website will see the website. So let's start writing something about the company. So this is a company page, and we need to just write a small text about the company. Now, this is a demonstration, so I don't really have any text about coffee. So we're going to be using dummy text. So this is the dummy text. I'm just going to copy this part here and just paste it on our home page. And I'm going to change the home page's name to welcome. Let's update. And I'm just going to come back to the incognito window and refresh. Great, you can see now that we have this welcome to 99 espresso here, and we have our text. So if this is the company's homepage, it looks very good. We can have some basic information about the company here, and then people can click on the menu just to go to different pages. Okay, let's try to add an image now. So I'm just going to come to add media here, click on it. I'm just going to come to this image here, click on it, and click insert into page. And this is my image now. Now I can move it around, and I can change how the text is wrapped around the image. So if I click on the image here, I have multiple options. So I can align the image to the left, center, to the right, or I can choose no alignment. So now it's just free. I can just add it wherever I want on the page. So let's just align it to the right, put it on top, and I'm just going to choose all the text and choose justify. So now it looks much better. Yep. So now I just justified the text. And I just added the image to the right, and I'm going to update. So we're back to the incognito window, and I'm just going to refresh. Much better. So now we have a nice home page for a company. And this was the home page. Now we're going to start adding more pages. Actually, this is a very nice home page. I actually like this theme a lot. It's very easy to use, and it just gives you excellent results with very few steps. And the best part is free. Now let's move on into creating our products pages. So next we're going to be creating different pages for the websites. Now, a disclaimer, I really know nothing about coffee. So we're just going to create 3 different pages for 3 different products. We're going to be calling the first one dark roast, the second one medium roast, and then light roast. I'm not sure if that's even correct. So let's start. Now I'm just going to add the new page. Notice here before I start that the theme have this sign here asking us for the plugins to be installed. We're going to ignore this because we're trying to keep this as simple as possible. So I'm just going to come here now and add a new page. I'm going to call this dark roast, and let's add an image. Let's assume that this is a dark roast coffee. Then let's align it to the right and just paste our text. Just going to drag it to the top here, choose all the text, justify, drag the image to the right again. Great. So now I have this page. Now if I publish the page and I preview it, notice that the page have categories on the right. So this is not what we want to do at the moment. So I'm just going to come back here, and I'm going to choose full width page, update. And let's preview the page again. And this is our page now. Now you'll notice that in the page, there is this comments section because WordPress thinks it's a blog. So you need to disable commenting on this particular page. And to do that in WordPress, you need to come to the pages here. Now let's just update the page so our page is updated. And let's go back to pages. So I'm just going to come here, click on this button to preview all pages. Then I'll hover over the page name and click on quick edit. Now this is my quick edit page and I have here allow comments showing. So I need to uncheck this box and update. And now when I refresh the page, now I have the comments section disappeared and I only have the information about my dark roast. Of course, if I come back to edit the page here, now I have the options to format my text any way I want. Like for example, if this was a sentence here, I can simply hit enter, choose the first part and turn it into heading 2. And let's preview the page now. See, you have all the formatting options you need. You can even add videos to the page. So I can simply come here to the bottom of the page and simply paste my YouTube link. And I have the video here. Now let's preview the page again. Now this is the page with all the information and with my YouTube video. Let's just remove the video for now and update the page. Now I want to create 2 other pages. So instead of creating the pages from scratch, what I need to do is to copy the page. So let's come back to all pages here. And I want to create a copy of this page. Let's hover over dark roast and there is no option to copy your page. This is an example of where you will find plugins extremely helpful. So I'm just going to go to plugins here. I'm going to click on add a new plugin and I'm going to look for a plugin that allows me to copy my pages. So I'm just going to come here and say copy page. These are the plugins that are related to copy page. The first one have 700 plus active installs and it have like a 1-star rating, so I'm not very comfortable using this one. If I scroll down here, you'll find this one, simple copy post button. Now this copies and duplicates posts, pages and custom post types with one click, and it have 4,000 plus active installs and it has 5-star reviews from 6 different people. So I'm just going to install this one. And I'm going to activate the plugin now. And now I'm going to come back to pages and I'm going to go to edit my dark roast page. And when we get to edit the page, you will notice that we have a new button here. It's called copy this page. So now I'm just going to click on this button now and it says post successfully copied. So now I'm going to go back to all pages and I have a new draft for a page here that is called dark roast copy. It's a draft, so it's not published yet. So I'm just going to edit this new page. And I'm going to change the name from dark roast to medium roast. So I just changed the name from dark roast to medium roast. However, my permalink here still says 99espresso.com/darkroast2. This is the name that was given to the new page when it was copied by the plugin. So I need to change this name to medium roast. So I'm just going to copy medium roast here. And I'm going to click on edit here. So now I can change the permalink. So I just saved it and okay. So now I have a new page called medium roast. I'm going to change the image now. So I'm just going to delete the image and add a new one. And let's preview this page. Still, we have now the default template. Let's go back to full width and preview. And it doesn't look good. So I'm just going to hover here and align it to the right and bring it to the top. Let's preview now. Much better. So this is our medium roast page. So I'm just going to publish this page now. Remember, this page was not published. And finally, I'm going to copy this page once more and go back to all pages. And I have a new draft here, which is medium roast because we copied the medium roast page. I'm going to edit this page, change this to light roast. And I have to change the permalink also to light roast. So I'm just going to edit the permalink and call it light roast. Hit OK. I'm going to change the template to full width page and finally just change the image. Align it to the right and preview. Perfect. We have 3 pages here. So let's just publish now. And finally, I'm going to add a page that is called Our Store. So I'm just going to copy this page once more because I like the way it looks. And I'm going to come here to all pages. Again, I have a new draft, which is light roast. I'm going to edit this draft, change the picture, add a new picture. I'm just going to go with this one. Okay, let's drag it to the top here. So it's going to be the first thing on the page. And let's align it center and preview. Oh, I forgot to change the page, default template to full width. Then I'm going to preview. I think it's better if this image is aligned to the left. So left, preview, much better. So this is our store. Now I'm just going to have to change the name of the page and the permalink into Our Store. Okay, and publish. So now we just created 3 products, 3 types of coffee. and a store page. So let's just come back to the website and take a look at it now. The menu doesn't look right. All the new pages are added and it doesn't look like a good menu. So in the next lecture, we're going to edit our menu. We're in the site again and the menus doesn't look good. So we need to edit our menus. So I'm just going to come to menus here. Remember this menu structure from earlier? Now, why isn't this menu applied here to the site? Now, this menu is not added as the primary menu now. To add it, I can simply click on primary menu here, or I can come to manage locations. And this is the primary menu, and I can choose that I want to use this menu that is called main menu as the primary menu. And I'm going to save changes. Now, let's come back to our site here and notice we have the welcome, coffee and espresso, and coffee shops. Now I want to change this. Now I'm just going to come back to edit menus. So I'm editing this menu that is called main menu. I'm going to delete the welcome link, the sample page, coffee and espresso. I'm just going to delete everything now. Next, I'm going to be adding two links, our store and our coffee. So to add our store is very simple. I'm just going to click on our store and add the menu. And we have a link for our store page on this menu. Then I'm going to add the other pages. So I'm just going to come here to light roast, medium roast, and dark roast, and add the 3 pages. And I'm going to save the menu. And now let's refresh. And we have our store, light roast, medium roast, and dark roast. However, I want to group light roast, medium roast, and dark roast into one menu item. So I'm just going to come back here, going to go to custom links. Instead of the URL, if you remember, I'm going to add a hashtag. And I'm going to call this link our coffee. And I'm going to add this to the menu. And then I'm going to nest the pages inside this new link. So dark roast is going to move here and to the right, medium roast, and light roast. Notice that they have to be indented here in order for them to be a sub menu. So I'm just going to save menu now, come to the main site, refresh, and we have our store and our coffee. If we hover over our coffee, we have the dark roast, medium roast, and light roast, and this is our store. So we just created a nice looking website with multiple pages. So this was WordPress Simplified. I hope you have a good grasp of WordPress to start working with it. Now we're going to be offering more advanced stuff in the future that will help you to understand WordPress even more. So we're going to be creating courses that discusses page builders, short codes, all different kinds of advanced stuff. But currently this was an easy course, starting from how to buy your domain and link into your hosting account, and all the way to finalizing your website. Good luck. And please, if you have any questions, you can contact me on alex@thingssimplified.com. Cheers.